Hare
Uh,
Krishna, Prabhu Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Premal Prabhu,
Sorry
Hare
for delay.
Krishna. No, no,
Hare
no problem
Krishna.
at all, Prabhu. Making that endeavor,
Hare Krishna.
in spite of your busy work, making that small endeavor for Krishna, listening to Krishna, that itself will please Krishna, So
Thank
I'm
you.
every minute you spend for Krishna itself is like what Krishna wants, that small love for Krishna. So on that note, I would like to just get started off. Moga Prabhu, is it all right if I can ask you, maybe you can just do the Mangalacharan prayer and then we will go ahead with the Krishna Katha. Another beautiful Katha which is going on. I'm very excited to speak about that. Moga Prabhu, would you be okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I think I have shared this Mangalacharan prayers, the PDF document, the other day. It may be handy, Prabhuji, so it is the compact version. If you can open for all the devotees.
Did you send it to? Okay, I'm actually on this computer, Prabhuji. I was just thinking, is there any way that you can be sharing that?
The PDF document, I think it is. You want me to send it to your email, Prabhuji?
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji. Just send it across and I will just open that. Yeah, please send it right away.
Okay, let me just.
Yeah.
I sent to your WhatsApp, Prabhuji. Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know if
you sent to my WhatsApp, right? Okay, let me just send it across to my. Just a minute, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, receiving. Okay. Yeah, got it, Prabhu. Okay. Yes, I got it. I will just share the screen so everybody can see this. Yeah, I'm sharing the share. Yeah.
Yes, perfect, Prabhuji. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Shall I start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, please. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for that.
Sham, can I just say something?
Yes.
Did we miss out some shlok before that? That's it. We didn't get that,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out where. Can you just go a little bit up so I can take a?
I can send you by WhatsApp, Prabhu. I have this one. I'm going to put it again on our on our WhatsApp group also.
Yeah.
It's there
If
actually.
you go
Yes.
up, just missing the Radharani at the bottom. So if you just go a little bit up,
Okay. No, I think that's it starts
the
with the
other way. There you go. There you go. No, down, no.
yeah. Yeah.
No. You've gone too much.
Prabhu, the PDF I have sent it in the WhatsApp group in our Bhagavad Gita group.
Have you sent it before?
Yeah. No, I mean I just now sent it. It's there in the Bhagavad Gita group.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, just
All right.
have a look at that. Yeah, it's you got everything, Partosh Prabhu.
Yeah, go down. Still go down.
Yeah.
No, the other way. That's
Okay.
it. Carry on. Okay, beautiful. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah.
More. That's it. More. That's it. Okay, got it. Beautiful. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Malati ji, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us. So I will just do our small kirtan and then we will go ahead into the book reading of KrishnaBook. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna everyone.
Very beautiful, Prabhuji.
Hey,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Evening, it's
Oh yeah, I
evening.
joined a bit late. Initially, I had some internet problem.
Oh,
Hope I did not miss the opportunity to join. I asked for joint few rounds of Mahamantra.
oh, okay. For the rounds of Mahamantra, I would be very happy if one of you do that for next time, Himal Prabhu or any.
No, jointly, all of us,
Join
all of
together.
us.
Yeah, that would be
You
nice.
remember last week?
Sometimes we on the internet, sometimes it may just not sync well in terms of the, but we can, yeah, definitely we can do that. Maybe next time we'll give it a try.
Yeah. So you take the session as you had planned. Just
Yeah.
the concluding last couple of minutes. Let's do joint chanting.
Yeah. There's nothing more joyful in that, Prabhu. So, yeah, with your permission, Maltiji, I hope you're able to hear us. Yeah, with your permission, I'm just going to dive into the book. So, everyone can see. Jagannath Prabhu, can you confirm that you're able to see? Yeah?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Let's do our invocation for Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. As we always start the Krishna book with a beautiful sloka from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti takpataha chakpadeham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna, where Bhagavan Sri Krishna says that one who understands Krishna's leelas, Krishna's appearance, Krishna's disappearance, Krishna's beautiful divine pastimes like the pastimes that we are covering now. Krishna says one who listens to this beautiful pastime, Krishna says that those devotees, wonderful devotees of Krishna, once they leave this material world, will not come back here, but will go directly to the supreme planet of Krishna Loka. Many people have this notion that all gods are the same. They don't distinguish between demigods and gods and things like that. But Krishna makes it absolutely clear in Bhagavad Gita that those who worship the demigod, they go to the planet of the demigods. And those who worship Krishna, they will go to the topmost supreme planet of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And such a great opportunity or benediction can be received just by listening to Krishna Katha. So we can imagine how auspicious and how powerful or how auspicious and how divine it is to listen to Krishna Katha, that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is giving this benediction that people who are listening to Krishna Katha, they will directly go to the Krishna Loka. There are all four different types of devotees, Krishna says, who come to Krishna. People who are in problems, people who are looking for a lot of wealth, people who are very inquisitive, like the devotees when Prabhupada was chanting in New York, a lot of people they were very inquisitive. What is this man chanting some names? They came with inquisitiveness, and slowly they started developing love for Krishna, for Prabhupada, and then for Krishna. So the third kind of devotees are, first kind of devotees are people who are looking for wealth, people who are having some problems in their lives. Third one is people who are very inquisitive. And the fourth variety of devotees is someone who is going to just for the love of Krishna, for getting the knowledge of Krishna. And Krishna says, Tesham jnana nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnanino chatam ahamsa cha mama priya. Krishna says, out of all these four type of devotees, Krishna says, one who's going to Krishna, one who's going to the temple to Krishna, or one who is listening to the Krishna Katha, Krishna says, such kind of a devotee who's only come without any material motivation, without any desire for material desire, but who has come only for the love of Krishna. Krishna says such kind of a devotee is very, very loving to Krishna. He says, I am very dear to that devotee, and that devotee is very dear to me. So as we keep developing our consciousness towards Krishna consciousness, and as we keep developing our love for Krishna in the association of devotees, Krishna says that's the kind of a love that Krishna is looking at, where we are going to Krishna not with any kind of a material motivation, but with so much of love that Krishna, I want to do this for you. No matter what kind of condition you put me in, doesn't matter. I am your child, and I will fight and I will face every problem that in my life because I'm your child. But I will come to you only for love of you and not for any other reason. So that's the kind of a pure devotional service that Krishna wants. And of course, when we show that kind of a devotional service toward Krishna, Krishna will take care of everything else. We don't need to tell them, please give me one air conditioned this thing, or we don't, because he's our loving father. right? Pitahamasya jagato mata data pitamaha, Krishna says, I am your loving father. So we started off with this chapter 51, where we all know, but we covered half of this chapter, but for the devotees who have just joined in, so just to give a quick recap on that. So Krishna is actually went and killed Kamsa. So Kamsa's wives, who are actually widows now, they go back to their father, Jarasandha. And Jarasandha is very angered now. He wants to take revenge because his daughters have been killed by Krishna and Balaram. So he goes to Mathura to go and fight with the Yadus, and he feels it is below his prestige to fight against Krishna and Balaram. But Krishna and Balaram take up the challenge, and so many times, 17 times, every time they come, he's defeated and he's sent back without being killed. And this time we find that along with Jarasandha, there's another person called Kalayavana, who's coming from another kingdom, who is also joining along with Jarasandha to go and defeat the Yadus and fight against Krishna and Balaram. And as we all know, that Krishna and Balaram, they are basically standing in Mathura because they wanted to protect Mathura. Because right now, Mathura is being ruled by Kamsa's father, Ugrasena, who's a very nice person. In fact, Kamsa has put his own father in jail. So now Krishna, when he goes and defeats Kamsa and kills Kamsa, he releases Ugrasena from the jail, right? So now we find that Kalayavana, who is also another demoniac king who's come to attack Mathura. So Krishna, what he does this time is, in order to protect his devotees, because Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, right? Kaunteya pratijanhi name bhakta pranashyati. I will always protect my devotees. So all the people of Mathura who are actually now under the good hands of Krishna, what Krishna does, Krishna goes and creates a city called Dwarka in the middle of the sea. He creates a city literally in the middle of the sea, and he transfers all the people from Mathura into Dwarka so that he can keep them safe, because no two-legged man or animal can enter into that place because it is surrounded by water. So that is what Krishna has done. And now he comes back to Mathura to face this demonic king called Kalayavana. So now what happens is, Kalayavana, Krishna, initially when Krishna was fighting against Jarasandha, he literally orders a chariot comes from Krishna Loka, and then he, with everything, and then he gets onto the chariot and fights against Jarasandha. But this time, when he's fighting against Kalayavana, another demonic person, king who has come to attack Mathura, Krishna doesn't even use a chariot also. He just walks out from Mathura to face Kalayavana. And as we can see, Kalayavana has already heard about Krishna from Narada. So he was saying that, okay, that whatever description Narada has mentioned about Krishna, he's looking so beautiful, because when Kalyavana saw Krishna, he was with a four-armed Vishnu form, well-built, four hands and eyes like blooming petals and lotus and things like that. So we covered all that. And now we've seen that Krishna, instead of fighting against Kalyavana, he slowly starts walking in the middle of, walking through the Kalyavana's army, and he starts walking, and then Kalyavana is chasing Krishna and he's thinking, okay, I'm going to capture him. But we all know that no demonic, the only person who can capture Krishna is the loving, pure devotees of Krishna. Krishna becomes indebted to the devotees who love him so much. They are the only ones who can capture them with love, like the mother's love of Yashoda, right? Initially, even Yashoda was chasing Krishna, but she was not able to catch Krishna. But Krishna, out of his loving love for his mother, he allows her to capture him. Then she'll be able to tie Krishna. So like that, no matter you may be a demoniac king like Kalyavana, who could be so powerful, but still he was not able to capture Krishna. And he was running fast. And finally, Krishna takes him to a cave. And then Kalyavana is thinking, I heard so much about Krishna, that he's a great warrior and he's so powerful and all that. And now I see that Krishna is running away. And then why is he running away? And then he's saying that, Krishna, I heard that you're a great hero in the dynasty and you're running away like a coward and things like that. And then so we heard about all these things. And then we also spoke about how Krishna enters into the cave, and Kalyavana is also entering into the cave. And then he finds that, and suddenly Krishna goes missing in the cave. And then he finds that Kalyavana finds that there is somebody who's sleeping over there in the cave. And Kalyavana thinks that the person who's sleeping in the cave is none other than Krishna. So what he does, first thing he sees a man sleeping over there, he thinks it is Krishna, and he goes and tries to kicks that sleeping man, thinking himself to be Krishna. And this person who's sleeping actually has been sleeping for a very, very long time, and he's so tired. And we will get to know who's this person who's actually sleeping over there. But this man who was sleeping, he suddenly wakes up because he's being kicked by Kalayavana. And then when he just opens and sees, who's this man who's actually woken me up from a deep sleep. And then he sees in front of him Kalayavana. And then with his angry eyes, he burns Kalayavana into ashes. Now, we all know that this entire Krishna book that we are discussing, it is coming from Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam is what? Is a narration by Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. And who's Parikshit Maharaj? He is the son of Abhimanyu and is the grandson of Arjuna. And he's asking, he's been cursed that in 7 days that he's going to die. So in these 7 days, he's listening to Bhagavatam. And so he's asking all the questions to Sukadev Goswami. It is so beautiful, isn't it? In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking all the questions to Krishna, and Krishna is answering all the questions. And here you find in Bhagavatam, Maharaj Parikshit is asking all the questions, and Sukadev Goswami is answering, he's giving all the answers. So Maharaj Parikshit was asking, when we all do that, right? When we hear a story and we suddenly get some question, who's this man, like who's so powerful that just by opening his eyes from a sleep, that he could just burn somebody to death? How is it possible? And who's this person actually? Wow. How come he's got this kind of a power? So Maharaj Parikshit is asking that to the Sukadev Goswami, who's actually narrating the whole of Krishna book, or which is coming from Bhagavatam. So he's asking, Maharaj Parikshit is asking, who is he? And why was he sleeping in the cave? And how did he achieve so much of power by glance that he could burn into ashes? So now he put all these questions, and then, of course, then Maharaj Sukadev Goswami, he was explaining to him that this person was born in the great family of King Ikshvaku, in which the Lord Ramachandra has been born. In fact, which is very, very closely linked to Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that first Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavyam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manu Ikshvaki. It was first spoken to Vivaswan, who is the sun god. And sun god passed it on, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, to Manu, and Manu passed it on to Ikshvaku, the Ramachandra dynasty. And the person is coming from the same Ikshvaku dynasty, right? In which Lord Ramachandra was born. So Maharaj Parikshit is being explained by Sukadev Goswami that this person actually was born in the King Ikshvaku dynasty, which is actually Raghurama dynasty, and he's a son of Mandata, a great person. And he himself was a great soul, and he's known as Muchukunda. So the sleeping man in the cave, his name is called as Muchukunda. And he was actually someone who was following all the Vedic principles and all that thing. So he was so powerful that even Indra was asking him to fight against the demons who were actually troubling the demigods. So you can imagine how powerful he was. And then Kartikeya, the chief of all the demigods, was so pleased with the Muchukunda that he told him, like, you have done such a great job of fighting against the demons for the pleasure of, protecting the demigods. Now, I would like to give you some benediction, what kind of thing, because in the process of fighting, what happened is he's been fighting with the demons for such a long time that his kingdom and his queen and children, everybody died in the meanwhile. So he's asking, like, no, what kind of a benediction that you had? So he's saying, so Kartikeya is saying, we can ask for any benediction other than liberation. Don't ask for mukti. Mukti only is in the hands of Vishnu or Krishna. Only Krishna can give mukti and bhakti. But the others can only give you the desire, can fulfill your desire. So now, so here he is saying that only Vishnu and Krishna can give liberation. And that's why one of the names is Krishna also. He's saying that here, that only Krishna will be able to give liberation. So now, because Muchukunda, who's been fighting for the sake of protecting the demigods, he's been so tired fighting for so many years. So he's been deprived of sleep, insomnia, very long insomnia he's been having. So he was engaged in fighting. So now he's saying, like, we're going to come up to this point. So we covered till here, where we talked about only Vishnu or Lord Krishna can liberation. So from here, we will just start with today. Can I request anyone if he can just read this?
Can I read too?
Yes, no, yeah, let's take turns and let's read this. Beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
King Muchukunda had not slept for many, many years. He was engaged in the duty of fighting, and therefore he was very tired. So when the demigod offered a benediction, Muchukunda simply thought of sleeping. He replied as follows: My dear Kartikeya, best of the demigods, I want to sleep now, and I want from you the following benediction. Grant me the power to burn to ashes by my mere glance anyone who disturbs my sleep and awakens me untimely. Please give me this benediction. The demigod Kartikeya agreed and also gave him benediction that he would be able to take complete rest. Then King Muchukunda entered the cave of the mountain.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone? The next one?
Yep. Shall I read it?
Yeah, please, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay.
Prabhu,
On the strength of the benediction of Kartikeya, Muchukunda burned Kalyapana to ashes simply by glancing at him. When the incident was over, Krishna came before King Muchukunda. Krishna had actually entered the cave to deliver King Muchukunda because of his austerity, but Krishna did not obey before him first. He arranged that first Kalyapana should come before him. This is the way of the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He does one thing in such a way that many other purposes are served. He wanted to deliver King Muchukunda, who was sleeping in the cave, and at the same time he wanted to kill Kalyapana, who had attacked Mathura city. By this action, he served all purposes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, so we can see from this, like, the reason why, Muchikonda was actually sleeping, because he was so tired fighting for so many years, because we had to keep in mind that if he belongs to those dynasty of, Treta Yuga, that time when Lord Ramachandra dynasty kind of time. So you can imagine like how, at that time, the lifespan was a lot, right? I mean, it was not like today in Kali Yuga, even living for 100 years was a big thing. But in those days, people used to live for a very long time. So he's been fighting for such a long time that he was so tired that he wanted to get some rest. And that's the reason why he has asked for a benediction. It's very interesting because when somebody is serving the demigods and they get a benediction, they would ask for something much, much fire or something else, But here we find Muchukunda is like already he's a king. He's already a king and he has everything. But he was such a nice person that he was kind of like taking up the job of protecting the demigod. So he was giving this benediction. But Krishna is so kind that he's always reciprocating. And we will get to know in the coming paragraph why Krishna has actually appeared before him. But what he's done is Krishna has done two purposes. One, he got Kalayavana killed by Muchukunda because that's a benediction is being given. And at the same time, he's killed him because he's also disturbing, he's protecting the people of Mathura. So in both ways, he's kind of made sure that, it come an end is Kalayavana is killed in this way. And by in the same way protecting Mathura as well. So that's how Krishna does. And Krishna, we can see that even in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, that's what he's done, right? He has assembled all the demoniac people on the battle of Kurukshetra and just wiped them out in one go. So when Krishna does something, it's done in a wholesale manner. Put everybody on the place of Kurukshetra in one go. Everybody were like completely wiped out. So the same thing we can see similarly. By one action, he served all the other purposes as well. So the next one, anyone? When Krishna appeared before Ashim Prabhu, Malati Shahi Mataji, anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Varun Prabhu, would you want to?
Yeah, sure, Prabhu.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
When Lord Krishna appeared before Muchukunda, the king saw him dressed in yellow garment, his chest marked with the symbol of Srivatsa, and the Kustuba jewelry hanging around his neck. Krishna appeared before him with 4 hands as Vishnumurti, with a garland called Vijayanti hanging from his neck down to his knees. He looked lustrous, his face was beautifully smiling, and he wore nice jeweled earrings on his ears. Krishna appeared more beautiful than a human can conceive. Not only did he appear in the future, but he glanced over Muchukunda with a great affection, attracting the king's mind. Although he was the supreme personality of Godhead, the oldest of all, he looked like a fresh young boy, and his movements were just like those of a free deer. Still, he appeared extremely powerful. His influence and vast power are so great that every human being should be afraid of him.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So it's wonderful. So one of the beautiful thing is like when we are chanting Krishna's name, and if we want to even bring to our mind the beauty of Krishna. So Krishna Katha is so important because it brings to our mind how beautiful Krishna was looking like, right? So here we can see Krishna dressed up in a yellow garment with Kaustubha jewels and Vaijanti hanging around his neck with a like. So we can bring to mind how beautiful Krishna must be looking at that point of time, when the face is such a beautiful fine, because we are all like part and parcel of Krishna. So we can imagine how the original, the source, every beauty that we can see in this world is coming from Krishna. So we can imagine how beautiful Krishna must be looking at when he's coming up, when he's dressed in such a beautiful way. And not only that, not because of the dress or because of the Vaijanti hanging around his neck, but because of just the lustrous his face, how beautiful it was. And even the gopis, everybody were so attractive, isn't it? The reason why Krishna is called as Bhagavan is because of the 6 opulences. And out of the 6 opulences, unlimited beauty is one of the opulences. So we can see here Krishna, that even though we see even on the battlefield of Krishna, even though Krishna was like, he was such at a later age, according to what Arjuna was like 75 and he was 100, but still he was looking so much like a young boy. So we can see that how, because this is the source of all the beauty, and Krishna appeared so beautifully within a 4-armed Vishnumurti form. So in this way, we can see that Krishna's expansions and how Krishna is always showing his, giving his appearances before his pure devotees. And when King Muchukunda saw Krishna's magnificent features, he was wondering about his identity, because Muchukunda, many times we do not know what we have done in our previous life, but because of something, an austerity that we have done in a previous life, because of so much of seva that we must have done in a previous life, in this life also Krishna is reciprocating. We may not remember, but Krishna remembers also. Vedaham samatani vartamani Arjuna bhavishani cha bhutani mamtu vedana kashana. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I know everything that has happened in the past, everything that is currently happening, and everything that's going to happen in the future. But me, nobody knows. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, Krishna knew who this Muchukunda was in his previous life and everything. So Krishna is showing his benediction by appearing in his 4-armed form. And that's why we can say now Muchukunda, who's seeing Krishna's magnificent features, he was just wondering about this with great humility, was asking, my dear Lord, may I inquire, how is it that you happen to be in the cave of this mountain? And who are you? And I can see your feet are so soft with the lotus flower. And how could you be walking in this forest in full of thorns? So we can see that Krishna's face was looking so soft. And so we all see that, right? When somebody is like looking very soft and all that, we'll say like, oh my God, how is this person going to live in this world? He seems to be like so soft-spoken and so nice. And so here you can see that Muchukunda's immediate impression when you see Krishna was like, he's so soft and he was so beautiful looking and things like that. And how are you able to even walk in this forest full of thorns and pebbles? And he was so surprised to see Krishna that he was initially thinking like, are you some predominating deity of some other planet? Because we had to keep in mind that people in those days, they were highly intelligent. They were very, very spiritual. They were super intelligent and they had much more spiritual knowledge, right? In today's material world, very handful of few, right? I mean, who are really have the deep spiritual knowledge. And only when we are fortunate enough that we have Prabhupada who's given us this divine knowledge about Krishna. Otherwise, what would have happened to us? Like, where would we have all this knowledge, right? In the ancient times, we would get knowledge only from our grandparents and they would tell some stories about Krishna. But we are all split up in different parts of the world. Who's going to give us this knowledge? But it is Prabhupada who is so kind, who has given us this complete translation of KrishnaBook. Everything that was in Sanskrit has been translated into English so that all of us can understand these beautiful leelas. So he had so many questions. Muchukunda had so many questions. Are you not the original source of all illumination? Can I consider you as one of the greatest demigods like the sun god? So he was still having his thoughts, maybe Krishna must be some demigod or some deity of some other higher planets, because like we have so many planets, right? Higher superior planets. So Muchukunda very well knew about the higher planets, and so he was not like the people of like Kali Yuga who are like wouldn't have much knowledge about this thing. So because nowadays we think about everything with the logic, but Krishna is beyond logic, right? When you want to understand God, if you apply the logic of your mind, you'll miss the magic of God, and that will be the tragic of life. So never try to apply logic when it tries to come to understanding. But people in those days, they were not more than logic. They were very spiritually, very intelligent. So the inquiry from Muchikonda about Krishna being the predominant deity unknown to him is quite appropriate, because he was a pure devotee of Krishna, a devotee of the Lord. King Muchikonda could immediately understand that Lord Krishna, who had appeared before him in such an opulent feature, could not be one of the predominant deities of the material planet. He must be the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna, who has many Vishnu forms. Muchukunda therefore took him to be Purushottama, Lord Vishnu. He could also see that that the dense darkness within the mountain cave had been dissipated by Lord's presence, because the presence of Krishna itself was so effulgent, like it was spreading all over, that Muchukunda could not even see him properly, because so he was understanding that this is not even an ordinary deity, or not something like Varuna or Indra. He must be someone superior like Purushottama. In fact, you all know that in Bhagavad Gita, the chapter number 15 is called as Purushottama Yoga. It's all about Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Purushottama, chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. So here he's taking him to be a Purushottama, the Lord Vishnu. So therefore he could not understand that it can't be anyone other than the Supreme Personality Godhead. And Muchikonda knew very well that wherever the Lord is present by his transcendental name, qualities, form, and so on, there cannot be any darkness of ignorance. Just like whenever there is sunlight, immediately the darkness disappears. So whenever there is Bhagavan Sri Krishna, there cannot be any kind of a darkness of ignorance. In fact, Krishna says that once you start worshipping Krishna, he's so kind to his devotees that he says, I will going to remove all the ignorance that is there within you. So then we will be able to understand who Krishna is, who we are, and what our relation with Krishna. The whole purpose of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is to remove all the dust from our heart and our mind, so that then we can clearly have this knowledge and we'll be able to see Krishna within our heart, that Krishna is our loving Father. So he's like a lamp placed in the darkness, and he immediately illuminates a dark place. So this is the kind of a realization that King Muchikonda is having. Muchikonda was so eager to understand the identity of Krishna, and therefore he says, quote unquote, "O best of human beings, if you think that I am fit to know your identity, kindly tell me who you are. What is your parentage? What is your occupational duty? What is your family tradition?" King Muchikonda thought it's otherwise. However, to identify himself to the Lord first. So Muchikonda, even though he was asking, please tell me who you are and what's your parentage, at the same time, Muchikonda was also thinking like it's etiquette, that first of all, let me introduce myself. So, so now Muchikonda goes on to tell the Lord, "My dear Lord, let me first inform you of my identity. I belong to the most celebrated dynasty of King Ikwaku, but personally, I'm not as great as my forefathers. My name is Muchikonda. My father's name is Mandata, and my grandfather was a great king, Yavanasava. I am very much fatigued due to the not resting for thousands of years." So can you imagine? He's not been resting for thousands of years. So you can imagine how many thousands of years he's been living actually. So this is the kind of a lifespan of people in those days. And because of this, all my bodily limbs are slack and almost incapable of acting. Why? Because he was fighting to protect the demigod from the demons. And to revive my energy, I was taking rest in a solitary cave, but I have been awakened by some unknown man who has been forced to wake up, although I was not willing to do so. So because he's been tired of fighting for many thousands of years, and so now he's finally got this benediction from Kartikeya that he could go and take a rest in a cave. And now, because even though he didn't want to wake up, somebody has gone and waken him up. And so he was so furious that he burned this person, Kalayavana, who was a demonic king who came running after Krishna. He burnt him to ashes. And now Muchikonda feels so fortunate that he is able to see Krishna in front of him. Can we imagine Krishna just coming in front of us so beautifully, wearing those Kaustubha jewels, and it's such a beautiful demeanor and so much of bodily effulgence. Can you imagine if Krishna just appears? But Krishna is saying, sitting in everyone's heart, Sarvasyataham siddhi sannivisto matasmitir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I'm sitting in each and everyone's heart. And from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And because our material eyes cannot see Krishna, that's why Krishna is coming in the form of Archa Vigraha. So when we sing that the beautiful deity of Krishna, it is nothing but the Archa Vigraha incarnation of Krishna. So he's saying, my dear Lord Krishna, I must admit that due to your bodily effulgence, unbearable to my eyes, I cannot see you properly. I can fully realize that influence of your effulgence has diminished my power. I can understand that you are quite fit to be worshipped by all the living entities. So this is Muchukunda's experience of seeing Krishna in front of him, that he is telling like the bodily effulgence of Krishna was so beautiful that he is not able to even see him properly. So seeing King Muchukunda eager to know about his identity, now Krishna answered smilingly as follows. Now Krishna is replying back to the questions, as well as to what Muchukunda has been appreciating about Krishna, and because he's been asking Krishna, who are you, what's your parentage, and who's it that looking so beautiful. So Krishna is now replying, smiling, answered smiling as follows. My dear King Muchukunda, it is practically impossible to tell you about my birth, appearance, disappearance, and activities. Perhaps you know that my incarnation, Anantadeva, has unlimited mouths and for an unlimited time. He has been trying to narrate fully about my name, fame, qualities, activities, appearance, disappearance in incarnation, but still he's not able to finish. Therefore, it is not possible to know exactly how many names and forms I possess. It may be possible for a material scientist to estimate the number of atomic particles which make up the planet Earth, but the scientist cannot enumerate the divine names, unlimited names and forms and activities of Krishna. Many great sages and saintly persons have tried to list my different forms and activities, yet they have failed to make a complete list. But since you are so eager to know about me, I may inform you that I have now appeared on this planet just to annihilate the demonic principles of the people in general and to re-establish the religious principles enjoined in the Vedas. We all know, right? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya duskritam dharma samstapanardaya sambhavami yuga yuga. Where Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita very clearly, I came to the planet for a very, very important purpose, a very, very purposeful goal, that is to annihilate all these demoniac people. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam shajamyaham. Where he says that I come here to protect the devotees and to annihilate demonic people and to re-establish the principles of religion, to tell them that what dharma is. And Krishna is saying it is very difficult for you to exactly say how many forms and names Krishna has. We all know about Vishnu Sahasranamam, right? Vishnu Sahasranam, the 1,000 names of Krishna. So these are all like, where did this Vishnu Sahasranam, these 1,000 names of Krishna come from? All the ancient rishis or sages, they were meditating on Krishna. And in their meditation, they were getting the visions of these names of Krishna, different names. And all those names, different rishis, they put all these things compiled together, and they given all these compiled names of 1,000 names of Vishnu to Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva gave it to Bhishma. And Krishna tells Bhishma, before you die, reveal these 1,000 names that the rishis were able to see in their meditation. They were able to see my names and my vision, my different forms. Those names, Bhishma, Krishna tells Bhishma, you go and reveal these 1,000 names of Vishnu Sahasranama to the world. Because Krishna says, Bhishma Pitamaha says, the greatest dharma of a human life is to glorify Bhagavan Sri Krishna with these 1,000 names. And that's when he goes on to recite these 1,000 names of Vishnu. So we can understand from that the biggest, highest dharma that Bhishma Pitamaha tells all the Pandavas in the presence of Krishna is that the greatest dharma of all of us is to glorify the Supreme Paramatma, that is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And this is the reason why we're always chanting the names of Krishna, because we are glorifying Krishna. We are glorifying Krishna. We are crying for Krishna. Just like how Draupadi, she lifted her hands and she started singing for Krishna, right? Shankha Chakra Gadadara Pani Dwaraka Nilaya Achyuta Govinda Pundari Kaksha Rakshamam Sharanam Brati Govinda Pundari Kaksha Rakshamam Sharanam Gatim. Immediately when she lifted her hand in surrender, Krishna immediately gave her benediction and he protected her during that time. So our chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra should be in the same mood as Draupadi, lifting her hands and saying Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, the same mood of surrender. So we can see from here, Krishna himself is saying that it is very difficult for you to just compile and to understand, comprehend the unlimited name and forms and activities. And Krishna says that I have been invited for this purpose by Brahma to come on to this material world, right? And thus I have appeared. Why has been invited by Brahma? Because Mother Earth, Bhumi Devi, she goes crying to Brahma, saying that Brahma, dear Brahma, I'm really tired of all these demonic people like Kamsa and Kauravas and all. There's so much of demonic people on this planet, and I'm unable to bear the burden. Mother Bhumi Devi, she goes to Brahma crying, and then Brahma approaches Krishna. Please come and protect this planet Earth. And that's when Krishna comes. So Krishna is saying, I am being invited for this purpose by Brahma. And now I appeared in the dynasty of Yadus as the family member. And I have taken birth as a son of Vasudeva. So we had to be clear of the name. One of the names of Krishna is Vasudeva. His father name is Vasudeva. Right? So he's taken birth as the son of Vasudeva on the Yadu dynasty. And people therefore know me as Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. You may also know that I have killed Kamsa, who is in the previous life, who's called as Kalanemi, as well as Pralambasura and many other demons. So everybody, you can see that Krishna, there is a reason why Krishna is been annihilated. Because all these demoniac people, as well as the devotees of Krishna, they had a previous life. So Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita as well, right? Natvevahum jatu nasam natvam neme janadipa na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamataha param. Where Krishna tells Arjuna, all these people in the battlefield you can see, or you're seeing right now, all these people on the battlefield, Arjuna, they had a life before this, and they had millions of life before this. Now they're standing on the battlefield, and you're thinking that they're going to come to an end. No. They had a life before that. Now they have a life. In future also, they're going to have a life. So all people like Kamsa also, they had a previous life. They were a demonic at that time also. And now again, they're showing the same demonic mentality. So Krishna is putting an end to all of them. They have acted as my enemies, Krishna is saying, and I have killed them. The demon who was present before me, you also is as my enemy. The demon who was present before you also acted as my enemy, and you have very kindly burned him to ashes by glancing over him. My dear Muchukunda, you are my great devotee, and just to show you my causeless mercy have appeared in your cave. So Krishna says, this always reciprocating to his devotees. And Krishna has appeared here in front of Muchukunda with a four-armed Vishnu form because Muchukunda was a devotee. I have appeared in this cave. I have very affectionately inclined towards my devotee. One of the name of Krishna is called as Bhakta Vatsala. That means someone who loves his devotees, someone who cares for his devotees. I'm very affectionately inclined towards my devotees. And in your previous life, Muchukunda, before your present condition, you acted as my great devotee and prayed for my causeless mercy. So now you understand why Krishna appeared before him, because Muchukunda was a great devotee of his Krishna before in his previous life. And he prayed to Krishna, and you acted as a devotee and prayed for his causeless mercy. So Krishna hasn't forgotten, even though Muchukunda has forgotten his previous life, and he's asking Krishna, who are you? Krishna knows Muchukunda's previous life. So like that, the very fact that all of us devotees are listening to Krishna Katha today, it is clearly showing that we all have practiced Krishna Bhakti in our previous life, right? And the beauty about spiritual life, Bhakti life, is that wherever you have stopped in your previous life, that life continues in this. So we have stopped in our previous life. Krishna tells Arjuna, wherever your Bhakti has stopped, you're going to start in your next life, your Bhakti will start from that point. In your material world, anything that you do, everything becomes a zero and you have to start from the scratch. But in Bhakti life, wherever you are stopped, you're going to continue from there. That's the reason why you see some small people, they can recite the whole of Bhagavad Gita. So you can see some small people, 5-year-old, reciting the whole Bhagavad Gita. You can see sometimes people who are just started a little bit and they progress so fast because they're just continuing from where they stopped in their previous life. So that's what Krishna is kind of telling you. Are my great devotee and you have worshipped me in my previous life, and you're inclined to it. So he's saying, I'm very affectionate towards my devotee in my previous life, and you acted as my great devotee. I have therefore come to fulfill your desire. So Krishna, we can be assured that as long as you are practicing bhakti, Krishna is not going to forget this bhakti, not even in this life and not even in this next life, Krishna is going to forget. So you can see that in this life, Krishna is coming in front of him. So he's saying, my dear king, now you may ask for me any benediction that you wish, and I am prepared to fulfill your desire. It is my eternal principle that anyone who comes under my shelter must have all his desires fulfilled by my grace. So Krishna, so the difference between demigods and Bhagavan Sri Krishna is that they can give you all material desires, right? The material desires are very temporary. Like Kartikeya can give you some material desires, and these are very beautiful, and we can see that. But Kartikeya himself is saying that don't ask for mukti, because that I can't give. That only Krishna can give. So now Krishna has appeared in front of him, and he's saying, like, ask for any desire. So Krishna is ready to give mukti as well as bhakti as well as mukti, as both of them together. So we can see that even when Dhruva Maharaj, at the age of 5 years old, when he was praying so eagerly for Krishna and chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Krishna appeared in front of him, asked him the same thing. Dhruva Maharaj, you have prayed for me so sincerely. Now I'm giving you the benediction. What do you want? You want a kingdom? You actually started praying for a kingdom, right? Okay, I'll give you the kingdom. I'm ready to give everything. What did Dhruva Maharaj say? Dhruva Maharaj was a pure devotee of Krishna. By constantly chanting, he was completely purified in his mind and his consciousness. Where Dhruva Maharaj said, Krishna, after seeing you in front of me, what I was initially wishing for a kingdom, it feels like I'm actually wish for broken glass pieces when a diamond like you is in front of me. So because we do not have the experience of Krishna Bhakti, because we do not have the experience of seeing Krishna in person, we are all wishing for so many things. Give me this car, give me this that, give me that, give me the house and all that. But just like Dhruva Maharaj, if we see Krishna within our heart, if we constantly chant and have this experience of Krishna, then we are no more interested in all these things. We'll say, Krishna, I just want you. I want you only. I just don't want it. These material desires are just like broken glass pieces. I don't want all these broken glass pieces. I want a diamond, and that diamond is you, and I want only you. And this is the kind of a love that Krishna wants. And when we show that love for Krishna, Krishna already takes care of everything, right? Just like a father, when you love your father so much, do you have to tell him, Father, buy me that car, and he'll buy you the best of the best cars. He'll give you the best of the best houses. And more than that, he'll give you himself. And that's what the whole purpose of Krishna, what Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you just go and fight for me, and I want to give myself to you, not about all these temporary things that demigods can give you. So I want to just pause over here because we have crossed 9 o'clock, and all of you have been so kind on a weekday. I feel so overwhelmed because on a weekday it's not easy to take your time and to come for Krishna, but it is Krishna's mercy because it's sitting in your heart and seeing the endeavor that you want to listen to Krishna Katha. And as Janmashtami is coming in a few weeks' time, we have to get into the mood of loving Krishna and hearing more and more nectar of Krishna Katha, so that we can enjoy and rejoice this Krishna Janmashtami in a much more beautiful way. So I just want to stop over here. We're going to continue in the next one from here, from where Krishna orders Muchukunda to ask for a benediction from him. Hare Krishna, everyone. Any comments, any corrections, anything that we can share with all the devotees, please, by all means. We are a nice, friendly devotee group here. Yes.
Prabhu, just one small realization is that when Krishna comes, when he comes and does some leela, he also releases some of these devotees, right? Kuvera, like as a part of Damodara leader, right? He takes that grounded martyr into the 2 trees and delivers Kuvera.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Krishna comes for multiple, like he's saying, right? So he wanted to kill Kalyavana, and he wanted to give a benediction for him as well, for Muchukonda. So both the purposes got served. He got Muchukonda to kill him. But the end of the day, like Krishna says, when Krishna descends, he comes with these different potencies, different Vishnu forms and all. They come along with Krishna. So all these killing businesses, they say it's done by the Vishnu Tattva of Krishna. But Krishna's main purpose is to spend time with his devotees. He wants to have that loving exchange with his devotees. He wants to spend time with the gopis. He wants to spend time with the Radharani. He wants to spend time with all the devotees, Uddhava. And so like that, Vidura. So like all the beautiful devotees, his main purpose is to have putting an end. You can see that even a small virus also can put an end to all our, the whole world came to a standstill, right? So that's the power of even Krishna's energy. So what to do? So for that, Krishna can do in many ways, but his main primary purpose is to come for the love of his devotees. Yeah, wonderful, Prabhu. Yeah, absolutely.
Namaskar, Prabhuji. I have something to share.
Yes, yes.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
In Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuranam, one of the section it basically says, when a wasp, the venomous wasp, the insect, brings and keeps on stinging a worm, with time, the worm not only becomes immune to the venom, but it also becomes a wasp. So likewise, this is given as an example for satsanga. You just by being associated with Krishna devotees, our tamasic and rajasic gunas will shed off, and we will be able to rub off the sattvic nature from each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this would have happened very much for a period of time for our Ramnatha Prabhuji who joined us last week. Today he couldn't join.
Yes,
I had felt that over a period of a prolonged association with Krishna devotees, I felt he has changed. His face has changed very much from his original what he used to be into very much a close resemblance of Prabhupada. I don't know how many of others have felt like I did, but he has a facial appearance which closely resembles Prabhupada.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah.
if I had told anything wrong, please accept my.
No, I mean, all of us
and-
share our realizations. We have those kind of realizations coming in our heart. I mean, again, I look at it from your this thing also because you've been observing and because these are the things which are like very subtle realizations. Like where we feel like when devotees are there, like there's something which people feel like I have devotees who are saying like without even putting tilak also people come and say Hare Krishna. Why? Because by practicing bhakti, Krishna bhakti, they could even make out that even though you haven't put a tilak also, that this must be a Krishna bhakta, like. So there is something that happens when you're chanting Krishna's name, when you're practicing bhakti life, when you're close to a fire, you can't help but get burnt. So similarly, when you are close to the devotees, you can't help but assimilate some of the qualities of the devotees and also so because in material
become a
world,
devotee.
because in the material world you can find rich people to associate with, you can find entertainers to associate with, but finding Krishna bhaktas where you can just spend time with them to get it is something very, very rare. Manushanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. So Krishna says how rare it is Krishna bhakti. Krishna himself is telling Bhagavad Gita. After many, many lives and births and death, one who's in knowledge surrenders to Krishna, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So he's saying that such kind of a soul is very, very rare. Krishna is saying. So after many lives and births, if you're able to surrender to Krishna and understanding that Krishna is the cause of all the causes, Krishna himself is saying such kind of a devotee is 1 in a million. So we can imagine what we are trying to practice here is not some ordinary thing. Krishna himself is saying it's very, very rare to have that kind of a surrender and that level of bhakti towards Krishna. But we are all work in progress. And Krishna loves that. Krishna never discriminate because like a father never discriminate between his youngest son and eldest son. Eldest son, he looks at him as a responsible son, and younger son, he looks at him as someone who may have to protect him. So Krishna has the same love. We never feel that, okay, Krishna has a higher priority for the monks. No. In fact, Krishna says, all of you're doing your duty, and in spite of that, you are taking some time for me. Krishna gets overwhelmed by this love. He says, this love is even more than anything else. If I become a monk 24/7, I'm saying, yeah, because I have decided that I don't want anything. But balancing this material life and still taking some time to spend for Krishna, Krishna gets overwhelmed with that kind of a love. Where he just like the love that he told gopis, he says, I don't know how to repay the love. That he tells gopis, right? I don't know how to repay the love because you guys are coming just for the love of me. So like that, this Krishna Katha is giving us an idea that this is how Krishna is reciprocating to our love also. A lot of people, they just go to, they fear Krishna. Oh my God, God is going to punish if you don't do that. But Krishna is not like that. Apiche duracharo bhajate ma maniyabak sadhu evacha mantavya samyag yavasitosa. Krishna is saying, that even if you're the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, if you're engaged in little bit of bhakti, Krishna says, in my view, in my eyes, you're as good as a saint. You're as good as a monk. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Even if you could be the most sinner of all the sinners, if you're engaged in bhakti life, that's what Krishna is looking. So you can imagine how loving Krishna is. All he wants is a little bit of bhakti, and he's so pleased with that. So yeah, thank you, Prabhu, for that. Amogha Prabhuji, any realizations, anything?
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
I'm just listening, Prabhuji. Very beautiful conversations and discussions. And the Krishna Katha is always nectar.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Ashin Prabhu, Varun Prabhu, Ajay Prabhu, Malasi ji, anything you would like to add? Anil Prabhu? Anyone else?
No, Prabhu, I'm still learning. I'm still understanding, which is a good thing.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
I was reading Prabhuji yesterday because I was just talking to my mom, and then she was like, go through a couple of notes and everything,
Very
and I
nice.
was just
Yeah.
yeah. She is my Mataji. She teaches me all the things, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
learning from that.
Who can be a
And
better than mother?
yeah,
Yeah,
and yes, coming to this class also helps a lot because yeah,
yeah,
uh, different thing.
yeah.
Because I've never heard Krishna Kathas. My mom, yeah, now she is also going towards,
Mm.
she is into Bhagavad Gita and everything. She teaches Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah,
So
right.
I never heard Krishna Kathas from my mom. So
Mm.
this is a good chance that I'm learning new things,
Yeah, yeah.
to be
Def-
honest with you.
Definitely, Prabhu. This is coming from Bhagavatam, so you're listening to both
Yeah.
actually. The Bhagavatam.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, yeah. So you're blessed. I know I met your parents and they're like so amazingly wonderful, very, very pious and
Yes,
wonderful
Prabhuji.
people. So you're very blessed for that, Prabhu, be coming from a family
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
That's a new thing that's going on.
Very nice, Varun Prabhu. Please continue to joining us. We are all one devotee family. We have to stick together. I
Definitely.
always say one thing that we had to stay united. We should not leave the association of each other, and no matter what. And yeah, definitely that
Yes,
will
Prabhuji.
help us.
And for
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Sham Prabhu.
Yes,
I
yes.
just wanted to say that I always consider Thursday night as my recharging nights where I listen to your Krishna Katha. So thank you for keeping
That's
this wonderful evenings going on. Hare
yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you, Ashwin Prabhu. I mean, I can't tell you, I can't express in words how happy I feel, like, having all the association, and, and I don't take it lightly, because I know every one of you are taking some extraordinary effort to actually just take some time in the evening, and it's not easy at all. I definitely know it is not easy. So I'm really feel so grateful and overwhelmed that, we all are there for each other and sharing our realizations, and some platform to have peace of mind, talking about Krishna and not about the mundane material topics throughout the material. This is a baby, stay afloat in this ocean of miseries. Yeah.
yes, Prabhuji. So, like as in the Katha last week, we heard, time waits for nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the
absolutely.
same thing, Prabhuji. So, if the age goes by and if we don't learn Bhagavad Gita or understand the Krishna Kathas and everything, time
Yeah,
waits for nothing. You just miss the opportunity. So,
absolutely.
it's always great, Prabhuji, when
Yeah.
if you are continuing this, please do, Prabhuji. Please never stop.
Yeah.
I'm always there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Varun Prabhu. Because in fact, we covered 50 chapters. We come a long way, actually, 50
Yes,
chapters we
Prabhuji.
covered.
Yes, yes.
And by Krishna's grace, we will definitely continue, and we are keeping this as a commitment. In fact, I don't go to the office on Thursdays because I want to make sure that I'm at home to do this. So I choose in 3 days, I have to go in the office. So I go on Fridays and
Yeah.
not on Thursdays, so that I don't miss out Krishna Katha to share with
Mm.
everyone. If I go to London, I may not come back on time. So that's the reason why
Yeah,
we keep.
Prabhuji.
But yeah, definitely, because the
And
thing, Krishna gives us the free will. He doesn't take away the free will. If you want to go and enjoy, Krishna says, okay, you can go and enjoy. So it is up to us to be very intelligent, spiritually intelligent, and say that no, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to go for Krishna, because Krishna says, yes, if you come to me, I'm there for you. I will protect you. I will take you back to my planet. Now, what a big balance, right? You enjoy in the material world, we get more and more entangled, and we get into more and more problems. And on the other hand, Krishna says, I give you the free will. If you choose me, then what are the benefits? You get Krishna's protection, you get Krishna's love, and at the end of life, we go back to Krishna Loka. I mean, what a big deal. Krishna is giving you the best of the best deal. But the only thing is, he's not forcing us. He's never saying, okay, just come to me. I feel Bhagavad Gita is the greatest book in the world. At the same time, the most misunderstood book in the world, where people think that, oh, what will happen? Oh, this is for for monks. This is for old people. This is for this thing, and they have all kind of wrong notions. And we are seeing through Bhagavad Gita, and where what we are trying to do here is trying to understand Krishna Katha through the eyes of Bhagavad Gita, trying to understand how we can relate Bhagavad Gita to Krishna Katha. Whatever Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, the practical application we are seeing in Krishna Katha. So we are trying to do both these things together so that we can make more sense and understand Krishna's actually love for all of us. So yeah, on that note, I think I will just want to pause over here. Yeah, 24, it's not fair on me to take more of your time. 9:24. Amoga Prabhu, would you want to do the nursing prayer, or shall we? Whichever.
Maybe devotees, if anyone would like to do the Jagan Mohan Prabhuji, would you like to do Narasimha praise?
What should I do?
Narasimha prayer.
Namaste Narasimhaya. That one.
I have not learnt this.
Okay, no
Maybe next
problem,
time.
Jagat. We'll post that that one on your channel on the Bhagavad Gita group. Try to learn. It's really nice because Narasimha Dev gives us immense protection for all of us. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll post it on the on the group, Prabhu, Bhagavad Gita group. Just try to learn. Take your time whenever you are ready. By all means, like Ashwin
I
Prabhu.
have learned a couple of Sanskrit verses which also praises Lord Narasimha. I
Okay.
can try reciting it here if others are okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's do the Narasimha prayer as and when you're ready with that.
Yeah, this is Narasimha's
You want to
slokas
just
too.
yeah,
Small one.
you go
Can I
ahead, Prabhu.
try?
Recite here. You can go ahead and recite.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvato Muham Nishimam Bhishanam Badram Mrityum Namamyaham. That's how it goes.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's. I think I heard. Yeah, so that's beautiful, Prabhuji. Any small invocation also that really helps. Ashim Prabhu, we look forward to again you playing on your guitar someday.
Not mastered
Nice.
it yet. I've started first few lines, but it's really hard on the guitar.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean even Hare Krishna sometime will be fine. Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
maybe next time we can do Hare Krishna on the guitar.
Yeah.
Incidentally, next week we have a shibir for kids, and they actually invited me to teach Hare Krishna mantra to. I think there are like 20 children.
Oh wow, that's
So
wonderful, wonderful. Prabhuji, that's one thing beautiful, isn't it? As we are becoming Krishna devotees, we also understand that how Krishna is using us as an instrument for him.
yeah, exactly the same thing came through my mind.
Krishna is using us as an instrument, and there can't be anything more beautiful than that.
Yeah,
Like Krishna is trusting us to do divine his job. He's saying, okay, I'm allocating it this job to you. I want you to do my job.
yeah,
There
yeah,
can't be anything more beautiful than that, Prabhu.
yes,
It can't be. He
yeah,
can give us everything, but Krishna says, "Pure bhakti, I only give it to very few." So
yeah,
so we should feel very proud. I'm very happy that you're doing that, Prabhu. Thanks so much
yeah.
for that, for sharing on that. But yeah, whenever you're even Narasimha pray without a guitar, also if you want to do any time in one of the sessions, we can do that. I just want all of us to be inclusive, like so we can share with each other and take part, so that we feel much more inclusive, like that we are part of the Sangha can be as well. So anyway, Amoga Prabhu, like for now, if you want me to, I can just do it away, or even I'm fine with Nagaraj Prabhu. If nobody is there, then I can.
You can put it on the screen. I can sing it.
Oh yeah. Let's do that, Prabhu. Then.
Wait, let me get the first note
Yeah,
right.
no problem.
It starts on the G note.
Yeah, you can sing this as well, Prabhu. No problem. Just even with this, just normally also, if you want, you can sing this. I mean, we can do it on the.
While can I start anyways?
Yeah, you can start. I mean, I'm saying like, yeah, if you want, you can just. Go ahead, Prabhu, just in case if you're ready.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. प्रहलाद लाद दायिने प्रहलाद लाद दायिने हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः शीलटङ्कानखालये शीलटङ्कानखालये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा तो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बाहे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा हे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये सिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये सिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुत शृंगा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta
Prahlad
Prahlad.
Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Sorry, it was very long and extended. I apologize for that.
Oh, no need, Prabhuji. It was nice. Yeah,
I was hoping that others will also join in, so I was just waiting for the second round.
Oh, is it? Okay. Maybe call and response. We will do it next time. Sorry, normally we just do it in one go.
Okay.
That's fine, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks everyone. I know it's 9:30, so
Can we all unmute and do the Lord Haribols to Shyam Prabhuji for kindly doing this? Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, everyone, for giving the.
Thank you, Shyam Prabhuji.
To serve you. Thank you very much. And yeah, we look forward to seeing everyone again next week, next Thursday. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jagan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, do you join on Saturdays? Do you get the time to join, Prabhuji?
I do